All right, welcome to the church gym for the 5 o'clock slot. We have the Berean Baptist Christian School Lady Kingsmen versus the Blazers from Faith Christian Academy. My name is Jordan. I'm here with Jared. Jared, what's going on, man?
Should be a good game. Looks like a pretty even matchup height-wise, so we'll have to see how each of them play out.
All right, the starting lineup for Faith includes number 1, number 7, 28, 18, 13, and 10. And first point belongs to Faith. Nice little hit into the back corner. 1-0, early lead.
That was a great hit. It just hit the line.
That's where you want it.
Perfect.
Very nice block at the net by Berean, number 3. That is Emma Coburnett, a junior.
First 2 points.
Yeah.
First 2 points have been fun to watch. Both of these teams seem like they're ready to fight. They're ready to go. Another great hit.
I'm going to be honest. I forget when you watch volleyball that if you block it and it goes out of bounds off you, it's still not your point. It feels like you should get half a point for blocking it, you know?
It's sad to see.
It is. Like, wow, that was a great block. Still the other team's point.
Yeah.
It's like, well, it's too bad. All right, Faith is out to an early 4-1 lead here. Something that I admire about the teams playing in this tournament is there are multiple games going on in the same gym at the same time, which means there are multiple whistles. I would stop playing every time I heard the whistle from the other court, and it would be awful.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, same here. Yeah, that's pretty much impossible. I mean, my head is turning every 2 seconds.
Yes, and I have not seen it happen once, so good job. Very impressive.
So 1-5 game right now. Natchez is 2-5, 5-2. But it seems pretty tight right now. They both seem like they're fighting it out for every point. They both seem like they're ready to get after every hit. It's just fun to watch.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like it's going to turn into a blowout or anything like that. It seems like it's going to be close to the wire, which is great.
Oh, I didn't know if that was in or not. It looked really close, but good hit. Just a little too far.
Ooh. It looks like they did, whether right or wrong, it looks like they did give the point for that last hit before the one into the net to Faith. So I was thinking it was 6-3. It is 7-2 Faith, according to the score.
Oh, nice little knuckle over the net. That was awesome. I love to see players just react sometimes. Like sometimes you have to set it up. Sometimes you have to go through the whole process. But sometimes you just got to punch that thing, and it ended up back corner, and it was perfect.
Yep, no time to think.
Great hit.
Just do it. we would like to mention, if you are a parent, friend, grandma, grandpa, anyone watching that's close to anyone who's playing, go ahead and leave a comment, and we will shout that out. It's always fun to hear from people who are watching, their kids, whatever the relationship may be. So go ahead and put that in the comments if you're watching us on YouTube. And thank you for joining us. It is now 10-3. Faith opened up a little bit of a lead here.
Another hit. So as much as this game started tight, it seems like Faith has been able to put enough pressure on them to where Berean's having just a hard time getting it centralized, getting it to the setter. It seems like they're having a hard time just getting it up and to the setter, so it's hard to get a good hit over, and we have a timeout.
All right. All right, right out of the timeout, Faith gets another point to add to their lead. 13-3 according to the scoreboard.
Nice hit. Yeah, it seems like we're just seeing Faith put a lot of pressure on them. They're not letting them get easy hits over. And when they do get opportunities, they're just making them pay for it. They're hitting to the back row and just making them pay for it. So, unfortunately, these points have just built up to a big lead.
It is hard when you're in any sport, when you feel like you're just kind of chasing the whole time. You're just sitting there and returning heavy hits every single time, or whatever the case is. You can only do it perfectly so many times. It's just tough. 16-3 Faith now.
It's a great play there. Nice backwards set, I think by number 28 on Faith, I believe. Great set, and the person was ready to strike, and it was just great. Great hit. Floats it in there. I have to give it to Faith. As much as they've had great offense, any time that Berean has sent a ball anywhere in their direction, they are diving on the floor to get it. So they really have played good defense as well.
Yep.
I feel like that's what's turning into all these opportunities. So they're just not letting Berean get anything easy, which has really takes a toll, like you said.
It's not that Berean's hitting it in the right spots, but Faith's just doing an incredible job of covering every corner of the court and then winning usually long volleys. As it is now 18-3.
Because when you look at the score, when you say 18-3, you would think you would just see a team crumbling completely, but that's not what we're seeing with Berean. No. They're totally playing. They're getting it. They're getting hits over. It's just they're having a hard time getting good quality hits.
Yep.
And Faith is really just hitting everything back. So.
We have for Berean a substitution, number 17. I'm going to be honest. We don't have number 17 in the book. That's I'm sure there's a reason for that. The other reason could be, I think it's 7. I can't read. Madison Barnard into the game for Haley Soden. Yep.
It's a good effort.
Faith has extended the lead to 21-3. Oh, stray ball from the other court. And it looks like we have a timeout for Berean. Right out of the timeout again, Faith adds another point to make it 22-3.
Good serve by number 28 back there. Another great serve.
Yeah, wow.
They're putting it in spots that are just really hard to get, and it's not. That one was short, dropped right in the middle. The one before that was really high, so you had to decide if you want to hit it or not. Just good spots. It's a good try there by number 12. The set was a little bit too far back, so it's hard to get to that. So you'd love to see a little bit better set that make that hit easier, but good try.
And just like that, it is game point for Faith. And that is how the first set will end. Faith takes it by a score of 25-3. And we will be right back with the second set in just a moment. All right, welcome back for the second set between the Lady Kingsmen of Berean and the Blazers from Faith. The opening serve just long from Berean. Faith takes an early 1-0 lead. Usually, the score in the last one was 25-3, and usually you could point to some glaring something that needs to change. But honestly, Faith they played well. Or I'm sorry, Berean, they played well. They just, after a while, Faith is hitting it in a perfect spot. But great job there, Berean. Get their first point of the game, tied up 1-1. And let's see if they can keep the positive trend going.
Yeah, great hit. Yeah, we actually saw Berean put pressure on them at times in the last game. It wasn't like they were just always on their heels, but for the most part, Faith's hits really were just in deadly spots that were just hard to get to, and eventually you just can't get them all. So, but we got 1-1 right now, so.
Another really, really long volley, and this one goes the way of Faith to take a 2-1 lead early. The server is number 13 for Faith, Carrie August. Point there goes to Faith. 3-1, they lead. Really, really, really long volleys. I mean, the first game also, but very long. Nothing, not quick, not errors, just impressive long volleys. Finally going the way of Faith has been the story so far.
Yeah, for sure. And I feel like on these long volleys, it seems to be mostly up at the net. Be little tips over, or maybe one big hit, but then it will finish out usually in the back. And so it's like these long volleys at the net, and then eventually one goes to the back, and they just can't quite get it in the back.
Can't recover. Berean picks up a point here, 4-2. We have a substitution. Number 15 for Berean is checking in, maybe, if the ref lets it happen, I think. There it is. Number 15 into the game. That is Ava Alberts for number 11, Emily Carrillo.
Close. Really close. That ball was about 2 feet out. Probably not even, maybe a foot out. But I'd love to see Berean put some pressure, see if they can get it in spots to put some pressure on Faith here.
Faith does a really, really nice job of knowing where you want to hit it and being there before you can hit it there. It sounds dumb and simple, but every hit that Berean sends over they're good hits, but there's just someone standing right there, so they're doing a very good job of covering the gaps.
For sure.
Faith is out to a 7-2 lead now.
We're seeing Berean just have a little bit of a hard time getting a good bump up to their setter and getting a good set, because they've had some great hits, but just only when they can get it set up nicely. So I'd love to see them get a few of those hits.
Berean picked up a point there on the serve into the net, so it's 7-3. Berean now with the serve. Nice hit.
See, that was a great hit there. Even though it ended up working out for Faith, it still put a lot of pressure, and now they're kind of scrambling.
Yep.
And it just puts them back on their heels a little bit.
Nice.
There you go.
Perfect hit. Find the spot right in the middle. Very, very nicely done. 7-4.
So I feel like because they got a good set and they got a good hit, put pressure on them in the back row. All of a sudden, everybody's scrambling, and instead of Faith being able to set up their perfect hits that they've been doing,
Yep.
they didn't really have time. They just had to
Exactly.
react, and that worked out.
Yep. That was maybe the first time we've seen in either game where Berean was more of the offensive team instead of just sitting back and kind of playing defense. They were more on the offense, and it worked for them.
For sure.
Faith gets the point on that last rally, 8-4. They're leading.
Great serve. We saw number 28. That is Tylee Yoder. Tiali, if I'm messing up that name, I'm very sorry. We saw her with some great serves last game as well. They're just coming in really hot.
Couple more points added for Faith, so it is now 10-4, and we have our first timeout of the second match called by Berean. We will be right back.
Good recovery. All right, 28's going to keep serving.
Every time that referee blows his whistle, I think it's the fire alarm. I don't know why. It's a very interesting pitch or something.
Yeah.
Faith scores another point, 12-4. They're leading. Still number 28, Tiali Yoder, serving.
I think it's like you said last game. For those first few points, it looks like this could be a close game all the way somehow. And then it's just hard to keep up. You know, as Faith keeps getting these good hits, it's hard to keep that up. It's hard to keep getting back. Although we just saw Berean get a point, so that's great.
12-5 now. Number 16 for Berean, Allison Gierke serving. Very nice hit again. That's the second time we've seen it this game where Berean just kind of dumps it into the middle there, and it just finds the floor. Very nicely done. 12-6 now. Long on that hit by Faith, so 3 straight points for Berean, brings it to 12-7.
How do you set the ball that high in the air? Have you ever been able to successfully do that?
No. I've always heard that if you're a good setter, the ball will just kind of float in the air, and there will be like no spin on it. And when I attempt to set the ball, there's the opposite of no spin. It's like all over the place. Very bad.
Yeah, it spins like straight left for me.
It's like a curveball or something. I don't know. 12-9 now. 5 straight points for Berean, closing the gap a little bit.
Faith is good at playing those angles. That was a nice little set right across the net.
Another point for Berean, closes the gap to a 2-point game, 12-10 now. Nice run serving by number 16 again, Allison Gierke.
Let's go, Berean. Let's see if they can keep coming.
Unfortunately, that's where the run ended. Faith picks up the point, 13-10. I think it was a net violation, maybe, giving Faith another point, 15-10 now. The server for Faith, number 1, Bella Weaver.
You hate to see that. If you get the ball up off the ground, she did all this work, got it up off the ground, and then just couldn't get it over. It's always frustrating.
I saw something today that I don't think I've ever seen before in volleyball. Some of my students were telling me it's called a pancake.
Okay.
It was incredible. Their hand was right underneath it, flat on the ground, and popped it up. It defied science. Very impressive. Speaking of impressive, that was a great hit by Faith to expand their lead back to 17-10. Sometimes it's so hard when you're a team that's trailing by a big margin like Berean was. You expend so much energy. You have one run to kind of get you back into the game. And then it can all change again, and you dig you're back into a big hole with just a couple more points. It's just so much energy it takes to get back into it. So it's 18-10 now, Faith.
Yeah, for sure. You have to kind of wonder. I mean, for any of us, if you're in this game, as Berean gets another point. So, but for any of us, if you're in this game, you only have so many runs in you before you can, kind of run out of time. But it's another point. So maybe they can keep getting a few more of these.
For Berean, number 15, Ava Alberts, the server now. A little bit of maybe miscommunication or whatever. Berean went to chase it down and had a little run-in with their own teammate. Were not able to hit it back over. Faith picks up another point, 19-11.
I have to give Faith a lot of credit. They seem to get organized really quickly. Every time the ball goes up in the air, off the first person, off the second person, then they're ready to go. They know where they're going to go with it. If it's back corner, if it's short, they seem ready to go. So you have to give it to them with that.
Yep. When one teammate is chasing the ball, consistently all of the other 5 teammates are moving to the spot they need to be in very, very well. Nice block at the net by number 3 for Berean, Emma Koberman.
Oh, almost had a good save there.
Point there for Berean, so bringing the score now to 20-12. We have the server is number 21, Carmen Alberts.
Great hit.
Yeah, that's 2 in a row that have gone completely opposite court from the left side of the front left to the back right.
Yeah, that's a tough angle. If you're defending that, you're just watching her.
It's not what you're expecting.
To go anywhere else besides the other opposite back corner.
Oh.
Man, it looked good, didn't it?
Oh, just long. 22-12. Faith has opened up a 10-point lead now as they look to put this match away. Good work there by Berean, forcing the error. 22-13.
Well, we have to give it to Berean. After that first game, I think a lot of us would have been tempted just to be like, well, that's just hard to overcome. But they have not given up by any means.
No.
I mean, they've had a lot of great shots, great hits in this game. So.
Yep. Another point there for Berean, bringing it back to 22-14. A little miscommunication there by Faith. Leads to another Berean point, 22-15 now. We'll see if they have one more run in them, see if they can get themselves back into this one. Good look, Emma Coburnat at the net with the looking for the big spike, but she hit it into the net, unfortunately, bringing it to a 23-15 score. Faith 2 points away from wrapping this one up. And just like that, a serve into the net, 23-16. Berean controls the serve again.
If you're Faith in this game, you don't want to, it's still a little bit uncomfortable. You kind of want to finish this up here.
Yeah, you've already seen them close a big gap, bring it to 2 really quickly. But Berean with the long serve there puts Faith in position to win the match with just one more point, 24-16. And that will do it. Faith with the very nice serve into the back, off the back wall, which is a dead ball. 25-16. Faith wins the second one. Berean did a really, really great job, especially in that second game, of not letting it get away from them, kind of like it did a little bit in the first game. We will be back from the church gym later on this evening with more volleyball. Thank you for joining us.